And here we have Magi Master. Now it's very important you start off this fight by casting Cure 3 on as many people as possible. Now much like his counterpart number 128 I think it was, he will change his weakness. But that's okay, because if you have Ultima, you can just cast it over and over again. But it is very, very important that you see he just wall changes, changing his weakness. But it is indeed very important that you cast Life 3 on everybody. Now if you still have the wall rings, he's not going to be much of a challenge. And Ultima again. As you saw, Terra has the gem box on, which creates the X magic, casting 2 magical abilities in one shot. So as long as you're just using Ultima, you should be okay. About 5 or 6 Ultimas should take him down. Shouldn't be much of a problem. There we go. Now everybody's set. Except Terra has no MP left. Let's go. So yeah, just continue casting Ultima. He shouldn't be too much of a problem. Chances are he'll hurt himself most of the time. And you won't be doing very much. This fight isn't too difficult. It's actually the ending part that causes a bit of a problem and a lot of frustration if you're not prepared. This can make this area quite annoying if you're not prepared for the ending part. Fortunately, every time you attack him, he does do wall change that can delay things a bit. Does he have like a thing of rum on the side or a whip or something? I don't know what that is. It's kind of like he's got needles on him or something, like magic wands? I don't know. I don't know what those are. Ultima does cast a lot of MP. Luckily, he has a lot of MP to absorb. Also, you can defeat him, I believe, by just draining his MP, but it will, I think he has like 90,000 MP, so it's not pretty. Or no, well, it's pretty, it just takes forever. Especially when Ultima itself is doing like max damage. Yeah, this gets real annoying. He's taking like 2 turns in a row. Well, this next Ultima spell should be enough to take him down. So remember to keep your reflect rings on and equip that gem box right away. That will make this fight even easier. That way your strongest mage can cast 2 Ultimas in a row. And this is what he'll do. When he's drained of all his power, he will cast Ultima himself. Yeah, causing almost 6,000 points of damage. Not pretty. But with Life 3, which is auto life, will bring you back to life automatically after you die. That's why you want to equip it first. Unless you're really, really strong, there's no way you can survive that. So with that's done, make sure you're all healed up, and fortunately you can't warp out of here, so I'll meet you back at the bottom. Okay, so here we are at the bottom. It's pretty much the same thing going down, just be very, very careful. Make sure you keep your HPs up. Now what you want to do is you want to get on your plane, go at a slight angle, and just kind of fly around, because today we're going to take on Dune Gays. Now, you're going to want to have equipment that protects from fatal attacks, as he uses a lot of death like before, as well as you're going to want a party that does not have a level that's a multiple of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, anything like that. So it can take a while to get him to attack, and chances are he will run away. Now, I don't know if it's just... I was kind of reading up on it. I think he actually... There's a certain spot on the world map that he is in. There's actually, like, the map's, I guess, broken up into a grid or something. And there's just a certain spot that he comes in. And eventually we'll find him. It will get boring. Woo. Whoa. Woo. Whoa. Too bad they never did an airship minigame where you had to dodge stuff. This would have been a great game to do that for. I think this is actually probably the easiest to control airship. I know this is the first 3D airship. They did really pack quite a bit into this game. Oh, come on. Of course, if you're playing on an emulator, you can use the fast forward button, which works much, much better. If you keep flying on sort of an angle, you should eventually run into them. Should being the operative word. I don't know if I'm going to do it ever, but hopefully I can try to take him out as quickly as possible if I do run him into him, because I don't want to be doing this again. This is really, really kind of annoying trying to find him. But anyways, Death Gaze is a very important, you probably won't even run into him normally flying around through the game unless you just are really lucky. I haven't found anything. Back at the center. And I landed by accident. Go figure, I pressed the button just as I'm over. Also, you'll notice if you land, it always puts you at, like, facing north when you get back on the airship for some reason, not sure why. So it's a lovely day here in the world of Rune. Sky's a nice shade of deathliness. Very interesting. And we're just taking a nice cruise, nothing really going on, although we wish something would happen because that would make this so much easier. I think Death Gaze actually shows up in Final Fantasy XII as well. I think he shows up as a mark in 12 where you have to ride an airship in a certain direction and he'll attack, but he looks kind of like more like a giant dragon thing with pincer claws for teeth or something. Actually, there's a few. I think Ultros also makes an appearance in yeah, Ultros also makes an appearance in 12, but he's more of a flan type creature. Okay, I don't seem to be having much luck here. Supposedly this is supposed to be able to help. Fast forward would be a great asset here. Well, anyways, I'm gonna run into him once. If he runs away, I'll just cut in between. Come on, show up. There we go. Like I said, I think it's just a grid. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to defeat him as quickly as possible. He is weak to fire and holy. I'm not sure which does more, although I don't think... Oh, he does have Pearl. Pearl is holy. Awesome. He's pretty resilient to physical attacks. He absorbs bio and ice. Boom. 3,400. Let's see what Pearl does. Not quite sure if there's... Fire 3 does better. There we go. Expo. I'll try to take him down as quickly as possible. Unless he gets killed. Somebody gets killed. It's best not to spend your time reviving unless a lot of your party has been decimated. And he escaped, unfortunately. I still got a bit more time in this episode. We learned level 5 death, though. That's why I kind of brought... that's kind of why I brought Stargo. It's got quite a bit there. Let's wake Sabin up. Get everybody's HP up, and we're gonna go for a ride again. Yeah, he has the level 5 death, and he has random death spells. You can equip the safety ring, or safety bit, sorry, which prevents instant death attacks, or Mother's Memento for Realm and Stargo. Those will prevent instant death. You can also protect yourself with the Relic Ring, but that's a bit dangerous. What the Relic Ring does is it will actually turn your character undead, much like the Bone Armor from the last game. Your character will now take damage from holy items, is more susceptible to holy, and any healing items like life will instantly kill a character. But you can, I believe you can revive them and heal them with death. Will revive and heal a character, as well as they're immune to zombie and I think poison as well. Actually, I think they're resistant towards most status effects if you have the Relic Ring on. So it's a bit of a trade-off. But in this kind of case where the fight's only going to last a few rounds, Relic Ring's probably a good way to go to protect yourself from death spells. Alright. Coming around sometime. I did do quite a bit of damage there, so hopefully he's not going to take too much more. Well, we just get to see the world. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Wow, wow. She kind of feels like I'm going faster when I do this. Maybe because I'm actually doing something as opposed to sitting here watching me fly in the air. But this is what you'd have to do if you didn't have a fast forward button. Thank God to the people that invented fast forward buttons. Shame those that don't actually show up in games, but oh well. I guess they're meant to be enjoyed. Ah, there's Phoenix Cave. Flying around. Still nothing. Well, if I don't meet up with him shortly, I'll just skip to where I meet up with him. Somewhere around here. I didn't mean to land. Alright, tell you what, I'm gonna like cut back to where I run into him. Alright, let's hopefully we can finish this off. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. He should go down rather quickly. I took quite a big chunk out of him. It took a lot longer than I wanted it to. Die now, please. Disgusting, vile creature, vileness. It's like he's missing his whole lower half of his body, and it's like nothing but tentacles and vein. He just threw the old man at him. There we go. So we have defeated Dune Gays. What do we get for defeating him? Or Death Gays? Or Death Gays? Whatever. His name kind of changes. For defeating him, we get Magicite. And we get the Magicite. He had it in his mouth. It's Probably I was grumpy. Bahamut, you can also use the Vanish X-Zone trick on him, however you would lose Bahamut if you did so. So there's only a few more Espers to go, and what do we get? We get the Mighty Flare plus HP plus 50%. Excellent thing to have on. Alright, with enough time wasted doing that, in the next episode, we'll pretty much be going to the second last area left to do. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. Bye now.